Welcome back to the channel Coins Collector everyone to another exciting video on our channel. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and valuable treasures that might be hiding right in plain sight. If you love history, collectibles, or simply enjoy learning about how something so small can carry such a massive price tag, then you are in the right place. Our focus in this video is on one very specific coin that has stunned collectors and even shocked everyday people who happen to discover one tucked away in their change. We are talking about the legendary 1996 D. Roosevelt dime. That is right, a simple 10-cent piece minted in Denver in 1996 that today can be worth an unbelievable sum of money. In fact, some examples have reached current market values as high as $125,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, a single dime worth more than most cars, more than many houses, and certainly more than you would expect from such an ordinary-looking coin. Now before you think this is just another ordinary coin video, let me stop you right there. This story is not just about a coin. It is about history, rarity, mistakes, and the incredible world of collectors who chase down these treasures. Every coin has a story and the 1996 D dime is no exception. This coin was minted during the celebration of the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt dime series, which began back in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. The dime was chosen because of Roosevelt's strong connection to the March of Dimes campaign, a charity that helped fight polio, the disease that affected him personally. That connection to history alone gives the dime an important place in American coinage. But when you add in rarity, errors, and collector demand, suddenly an everyday coin becomes something extraordinary. Imagine for a moment walking into a store, buying a cup of coffee, and getting change back. You take the coins, toss them into your pocket or a jar at home, and forget about them. Years later, you hear a story about a 1996 D dime being worth a small fortune. You check your jar, look closely at your coins, and realize you have the same date and mint mark. Your hands start to shake because what once seemed like a simple coin now could change your life. That is the magic of numismatics, the study and collection of coins. It is like treasure hunting without needing a shovel or a map. The treasure could already be in your house, in your wallet, or sitting in a drawer. So why is this particular dime so valuable? The Denver Mint produced millions of dimes in 1996, so at first glance nothing seems unusual. But among the regular production, there are rare examples with exceptional qualities. Some of these coins have proof-like strikes, pristine conditions, or unusual errors that make them stand out. Collectors are willing to pay massive premiums for coins that meet these rare conditions. For example, a mint state coin graded by professional services at the highest level can command prices that seem unreal. We are not talking about a few $100s or even a few thousand. We are talking about six figures. And in the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. A coin that looks like it just left the mint can be exponentially more valuable than the same coin with scratches, wear, or tarnish, but condition is not the only factor. Market demand plays a huge role. In 1996, the dime marked the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt dime, and special collector's sets were issued by the United States Mint. Some of these sets included coins struck in ways different from normal circulation coins. That means a small number of them have qualities that make them stand out. Fast forward to today, collectors who want to own the best examples will bid against each other, driving prices higher and higher. That competition creates headlines when one coin sells for $100,000 or more, and those headlines bring new people into the hobby who start searching their change for treasures. The cycle continues, and the legend of the 1996 D dime grows. Now let us talk about the incredible figure of $125,000. Imagine someone holding a dime between their fingers, just 10 cents, and realizing it is worth more than a college education, more than luxury vacations, and certainly more than you would ever expect to pay for a coin. That is the beauty and mystery of coin collecting. It teaches us that value is not just about the metal, not just about the face value stamped on the surface, but about rarity, history, and human desire. People want to own something unique, something that connects them to history, and they are willing to pay for it, and this is not just an isolated story. Time and time again we see ordinary coins turning into treasures because of small differences that most people overlook. A missing mint mark, a doubled die, a pristine strike, or a limited release can turn pocket change into a fortune. The 1996 D dime is one of those incredible stories, and it is one that keeps collectors searching through their change every single day. Because if even one person can find such a coin, then maybe you can too. So in this video, we are going to explore everything you need to know about the 1996 D dime. We will look at the history of the Roosevelt dime series, why 1996 was such an important year, what makes certain dimes valuable, how grading works, and most importantly, how one of these coins could reach a market value of $125,000. By the end of this video, you will understand why a simple dime can capture the imagination of collectors worldwide and why you should never overlook the change in your pocket. Stay tuned as we dive into the fascinating details, the auction records, and the stories of people who discovered treasures they never expected. Whether you are a seasoned coin collector or just someone curious about hidden value, this is a story that will inspire you to look closer at the small things in life. After all, sometimes the smallest coin can hold the biggest surprise. Today, if you love coins, if you are fascinated by rare treasures of American history, and if you are excited to learn about the hidden value of everyday pocket change, then you are in the right place. Today we are going to talk about something truly incredible. We are diving into the story of the 1998 P. Roosevelt dime from the United States, a coin that has surprised collectors and shocked the numismatic market because in certain cases it has been valued at more than $115,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single dime, a 10-cent coin that most people would overlook or even leave lying on the ground, has in some situations turned out to be worth more than some cars, more than many people's yearly salaries, and in some auctions it can rival the price of luxury jewelry. Now before we jump into the full story, let's set the scene. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple of American coinage since the mid-20th century. It honors President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who guided the country through the Great Depression and most of the Second World War. After his passing in 1945, the decision was made to honor him with the dime, partly because of his leadership and partly because of his connection to the March of Dimes Foundation. Since then the Roosevelt dime has remained in circulation year after year. Millions and millions have been struck by the United States Mint. In most cases they are extremely common. You can find them in your change every single day. But as every collector knows, sometimes in the world of coins the most common things can hold the rarest secrets. The 1998 P dime is one of those fascinating stories. The P stands for Philadelphia, where the coin was minted. In that year the mint struck hundreds of millions of dimes, and almost all of them are worth exactly 10 cents. If you have one in your hand right now it is probably worth 10 cents. But among those millions, a tiny handful were produced with unusual features, errors, or qualities that transform them from ordinary money into extraordinary treasures. This is where collectors start paying attention, and this is how a single dime can climb in value all the way to six figures. So what makes a coin like this so special? There are several factors that drive up the value of coins, and we need to break them down carefully. The first factor is rarity. The 1998 P dime in general is not rare, but certain versions such as proof strikes or coins with exceptional minting errors can be incredibly rare. If there are only a few examples known in the world, demand shoots up because collectors all want to have the best and rarest piece for their collection. The second factor is condition. In the coin world we call this the grade. A dime that has been circulating in pockets and purses for 20 years will usually look worn, scratched, and dull. But if a coin somehow survives in pristine condition, with brilliant luster, sharp details, and almost no marks, then grading services may assign it a grade like MS67 or MS68. At those levels the coin is no longer just ordinary change, it becomes a gem-quality collectible. Collectors at the highest levels are willing to pay incredible amounts for a coin that is essentially flawless. The third factor is historical context. Sometimes a certain year or mint mark combination has significance because of low production numbers or because of changes in minting technology. In 1998 there were transitional issues as the mint prepared for the new millennium and for new coin designs in the upcoming state quarters program. So some coins from that era have extra attention from collectors. When you combine rarity, condition, and historical context, you can create the perfect storm for value. That is exactly what happened with the 1998 P dime. A select few coins were struck in such exceptional quality that when they were certified by professional grading services, the numismatic market went wild. One of these coins reached a recorded auction price of $115,000. Imagine that. A 10-cent coin multiplying its face value more than 1,000,000 times. That is the magic of coin collecting, but let us not stop at the headline. Because in order to appreciate this story fully, we need to explore the history of the dime itself and why collectors care so deeply about these small coins. The Roosevelt dime replaced the Mercury dime in 1946. For decades it has been struck in copper-nickel-clad composition, but earlier dimes from before 1965 were made of 90% silver. That silver content alone makes older dimes valuable even for their metal. But by the time we reach 1998, the dimes are no longer silver. They are base metal. That means the value comes purely from collector demand, not from bullion content. This makes the huge auction prices even more fascinating. The coin community thrives on stories like this. People love the idea that in their pocket change could lie a hidden gem. Videos like this one spread awareness and encourage people to look closely at their coins before spending them. It is not just about the money. It is also about connecting with history, holding a piece of art and craftsmanship, and feeling the thrill of discovery. Every coin tells a story. The 1998 P dime tells a story of how something common can suddenly become legendary. So what should you do if you find a 1998 P dime? The first step is to examine it closely. Check the date and the mint mark. Look for unusual features like doubling, misstrikes, off-center designs, or proof-like surfaces. If the coin looks especially sharp and uncirculated, consider submitting it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can evaluate it under magnification and assign a grade. That grade can determine whether your coin is worth 10 cents, $10, or $100,000. Now let's talk about the market today. Values can fluctuate. The $115,000 sale was a peak, but even now, in recent years, top-grade examples continue to command tens of thousands. Lower-grade error versions may bring hundreds or thousands. Even nice mint state coins that are not errors can sometimes sell for premium prices compared to face value. The demand is still strong, and as collectors compete for the best examples, prices remain high. That is why this story is not just about the past. It is about the present and the future of numismatics. Coins are small windows into history, but they are also dynamic assets that can gain or lose value depending on the market. The 1998 P dime shows us how unpredictable and exciting that market can be. So welcome back again to the channel and thank you for joining me as we explore this amazing story. Stay tuned because in the rest of this video we will break down in detail the features of the 1998 P dime, how to identify a potential treasure, how grading works, and what current auctions are telling us about market trends. If you have been collecting coins for years or if you are brand new and just curious, this is the perfect time to learn. Remember, knowledge is power in the world of collecting. The more you know, the better your chances of finding that hidden gem. And who knows, maybe the next dime you pull out of your change will be the one that changes everything.